If you're still here, obviously you're still here, you're going through this thing, give yourself a really, really big pat on the back. Send yourself a lot of love and a lot of gratitude and all that good stuff because you deserve it. Okay, and yeah, make sure you hang around after this. I don't know when we're going to do it, but Wes and I we brought back pretty much a brand new toolbox from the event that we were just at. So we're pretty excited to share this stuff with you guys. But tonight we're going to be knocking out what we got at hand. Okay, so
Are you recording? Oh, you are recording.
all right. So tonight, guys, we're going to be covering retention, culture, and community. Okay, some of you know how important this stuff really is to your business, and we're going to be really diving into some details on how to create your ideal culture and community for your business. Okay, so many of you're here because you want that residual income, that walk away income. You want that lifestyle. This is too home that, and this is speaking to like anybody, whether you're mainly an affiliate marketer, you may just be have coaching or something like that. Around the home business space, you may be in a network marketing company, truly building your network marketing company. No matter what, culture, retention, and community is extremely important. We're going to be diving into tap rooting and how that can grow your audience in a much bigger way. So over the next 2 weeks, that's what we're going to be diving into. Okay, so this module and the next module is going to really be diving into that. So a lot of the homework that you're going to have, or a lot of the action steps that you're going to be given, understand that they do not have to be completed within the next module. Okay, you may take as long as you want to do this homework, and you may have to come back. Okay, so this is the home stretch. Okay, understand this is the home stretch. You've gone through like pretty much everything that you need to create the foundation and create enough to go full time in your home business and hit your goals. Okay, so big question is obviously, did you do your homework? Have you been keeping up with the homework? Are you keeping track? I mean, are you really focusing on the things that you need to focus on? What you track and what you focus on, it expands. Okay, it gets better. Okay, so this is what we want you to do. We need you to do your homework. Okay, we can't sit there and do it for you, but you have an accountability partner. Again, there's some people that have fallen off this course, right? It's okay if you fall off. You can get back on, but if you want to stay on and you want to keep going, again, just stay with your accountability partner and stay on track. There may be a week where you don't hit your numbers. It's okay. Okay, it's okay if you don't hit your numbers. You just got to stay on track. You can't fall off. You can't say, you know what, I fell off a week and now I'm done. Okay, we can't have that. You can't have that. Your life is worth more than that. Your business is worth more than that. And this, we're going to show you some pretty cool stuff tonight. Okay, something that I wanted to touch on last week, which I thought that we may have gotten to it, but I really did want to connect or touch on this really quickly that I didn't really get a chance to go over last week is, we talked about content last week when it comes to your Facebook branding. And a lot of your content, guys, if you're talking to people, or if you're talking to people, because I know a lot of you talk to about, 5, 10, 20 people a day sometimes. A lot of your content should come from those conversations. So just as an example, the other day, I had a prospect that I was talking to, and she said something during the conversation that made me, it was a teaching moment for her, right? So instead of, telling her and giving her a bunch of advice through the conversation, I just talked to her through a Facebook Live video. And so later on the day, Wes and I did a Facebook Live video, and we made, 3 or 4 points about that particular subject. And honestly, that video was made like directed to that person. Okay. And So now we know that like a bunch of people are going to be going through that same thing. A bunch of people, can consume that now. It's recorded. We didn't, obviously you don't mention anybody's name or anything like that, but now those are things that you can like turn into a blog post or save the video for later use. And then so if it comes up again, you could just send that video to your prospects. You can turn those things into lead magnets. I mean, you can do so many different things with a conversation, and you have to just start getting aware of your conversations in a way that if you're having a decent conversation with people, like that they're giving you content. Okay, they're literally handing you content. So if any time in a conversation someone says something, does something, whatever, and it puts you in a place where you're like, man, like you want to teach them, you want to go into like telling them what to do or giving them advice. Hold off a little bit. You may give them one little tip, but then go make a video, go do something, like do something that can like be consumed over and over and over again. Pop a number 1 in the comment section if that makes sense. All right, good. Cool. All right, so I just wanted to touch on that because I literally got off last week and I was like, damn it, I forgot to hit that. So I thought it was really important. So go out there. Remember, if you're having trouble with content, then have conversations with people, and you should get it. Okay. Again, how you show up here is how you show up in life. If you've been falling off, or if you haven't been giving it all your effort or whatever, if you've just been kind of, I don't know, half-assing it a little bit, I don't know. You know you more than me. But again, how you show up here is how you show up in life. Okay. These are the things that you know so far. Okay, so let me expand this a little bit. Okay, these are the things that you know so far. You know your vision. You know time management. You know the foundation, all the launch stuff. You've gone through everything. You know how to close. You know how to have high-level conversations. You know lead generation. You know everything that it comes to Facebook branding and all that. Okay, these are things you know now. Okay, so you can continue to revisit those things, but we want to like turn the corner and and put it all together for you. And this is how we're going to do it. And it comes down to building a culture, building a community, and really building something that creates a lot of retention. Okay, so obviously remember to revisit when necessary. All right, and I want you to just take a quick second and set your intention. Set your intention for everything that you want to get out of tonight. Set your intention for everything that you want to feel after tonight. All the clarity that you want to have. I mean, all the things that you want to be grateful for. Go ahead, take a quick second and set your intention. All right. So I've done that. I know I've set my intention, and my intention for you tonight is to have a much better understanding and clarity of the infrastructure and the foundation of what it means to truly create a community. And my intention for you tonight is to help you to chase something different. Instead of chasing money, instead of chasing ranks and little things like that, I want you to chase the sheer fact of going out and helping people and understanding that your product is people. Okay, I want you to learn more about people than you do your products, and that's how you're going to get rich. Okay, we have to create a community that helps people, not just you helping people. We have to create a community that helps people. We have to get from a place where it's you-centric, and it's got to be like team, community-centric. It's literally got to be a democracy where the community literally like governs and runs itself. Okay, so understand that you need people. Okay, you need people more than they need you. And sometimes in network marketing, that's kind of tough for some people because sometimes we teach people that like, oh, we don't need them. But at the end of the day, like every single one of you watching this webinar or watching this training live or from the future, like every single one of you plays a part in our lifestyle. Every single one of you, not just one. Now, cumulatively, like if we put in the work to put something together to where, if someone's paying you $50 a month, well, yeah, if you had 100 to 200 and 500 people doing that, that can pay all your bills. It can pay your mortgage. It can pay for travel. At the end of the day, we understand that people literally provide us a lifestyle, and we serve these people. And you have to understand that too. Okay, if you literally want, one auto ship that could turn into thousands to pay all your bills, I mean, how would you feel? Like that's pretty cool, right? That concept, it's understanding that, your customers pay your bills. Your customers are going to pay for your lifestyle cumulatively, and so we have to understand that we need these people, or we pretty much have to go back and work a job. So we have to find people and serve people. Okay, commit to understanding that people live a better life than yesterday. Okay, our job is to put people in a position that they can live a better life than they did yesterday. And if we learn how to move people, people move volume. Okay, people build the systems, and people build communities that run itself. So before we get into this, and we're not going to go into like every detail of this, we do have a private training that we will share with you guys. From Larry and Taylor Thompson, from a recording that we have, and they're actually going to be on our 7-Figure Friday show. So we'll be sharing that with you as well. But we just want to break this down just really quick. Understand that there's 3 types of people in network marketing, and some of you have seen this. We've talked about this before. Some of you have seen this, but a few years ago, Lisa Grossman, she pulled me aside and she talked to me about churches, and understanding that people go to church, and there's all sorts of people in a church, right? There's people in a church that go every Sunday, and they're there, and they're like, they're about next to the preacher, right? And then there's people that, they show up every once in a while, they show up every Sunday, that kind of thing. And then there's the people that they show up, once a year or just on holidays and things like that. Okay. Now, if you're a member of that church, understand that 80% of people of your congregation in that church aren't the ones that are going to want to volunteer. They're not the ones that are going to be showing up for every single event and every Sunday service and every Wednesday service and then the Saturday service, and they sing in the choir, and they're not going to do all that. Okay. Only 5% of people are going to do that. And if we can start to, in our businesses, especially our home businesses, if we can start relating to churches, gyms, and charities. We saw a charity this week. It was called Charity Water. And, the thing that's building this community and culture inside of, they're probably going to be one of the best charities out there, new charity. So, comparing it to like your 100-year-old charity is going to be a little different. But even then, I think that this charity, just for the sheer fact of the culture and community that they're building, they are going to be one of the highest probably performing charities on the planet because of the community that they're building, because of the culture that they're building in and outside of their charity. So we have to understand that in network marketing, why aren't teams growing? Okay, everything is about duplication, duplication, duplication. Even if you're not in network marketing, we have to create systems with whatever you're doing. Okay, find a way to create a system that people feel like they can grow, that people feel like they can really expand. A lot of this stuff I learned 2 years ago, and it was from a lady in Beachbody, and she taught this stuff on a private webinar, and she increased her team size by 1,300%. Okay, 1,300% is what she increased her team size by doing this. Okay, so I'd see Jasmine said, "That's my charity. I donate and raise funds. They're amazing." Yeah, they're really cool. Okay, so same thing here with gyms, guys. Gyms are the same way. Okay, there's 3 types of people in a gym. There's the 80% of people that, barely show up to the gym, right? They show up on January 1st, and that's, and then they sporadically show up throughout the year. Those people pay an auto ship or a gym membership just as well as somebody else. Okay. The 15% of people that are in the gym, they probably, they want to get in shape, but they're not there to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're not there to compete in the next competition. Okay. And then there's 5% of people that do. They actually want to have a sculpted body. They actually want to compete. They want to, put their hat in the ring to be Mr. Universe or Miss Universe. Okay. All in all, guys, understand that if the preacher or the owner of the church went up to you and said, "Hey, man, I see you in here, sporadically. When you going to go to preacher school, or when are you going to stop just kind of farting around in the gym and really go for it and really put some work in." People don't want to be in communities like that. People want to feel like they can come and be celebrated no matter what. You've got to learn how to create a community, and you're not going to do this by yourself. Okay. You've got to learn how to create a community of people that's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. They are fighting for the golden ticket to get in, and they never want to leave. And we're gonna discuss some things tonight to help you do that, because it's super super important that you grasp this. Okay. So again, understand that in every team there's 80, 15, and 5. 80% of people are they're not going to want to hit top earner. 80% of people they're only going to want to make it, probably about $0 to $500 a month, or to $1,000 a month. Okay. 80% of people, 80% of any team, now you may have a decent sized team, and you maybe you haven't recognized that. Tonight is going to be very important for you. Some of you don't have a team. Honestly, that may put a little discouragement in you, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, that's a good thing. If you don't have the team size that you want yet, that's a good thing. Learning this tonight can save you a ton. I cannot tell you, and Wes would probably vouch for this too. We've both built in network marketing before, and man, I could have sworn I told everybody that I knew everybody was a 5%er. I was a 5%er, and I thought everybody else would be. And at the end of the day, it's all about desire. Desire is the one thing that separates someone from the 80, 15, or 5. And desire can come in a lot of different ways. Sometimes desire comes from a situation. I got fired. It took me from a 15%er to a 5%er. I've seen people that are 5%ers and something tragic or crazy insane happens in their family, and they go back to an 80%er. Doesn't mean they quit, but it's perfectly fine. Understanding that desire is the catalyst. Okay. Your job is to keep people around the fire so they can decide which one they want to be in. Does this make sense? Pop a number 2 in the comment section if this is making sense to you. Understand that you cannot dictate someone's desire. Part of your homework is, and we want you to go back and listen in on that conversation from Larry and Taylor Thompson. But understand that if someone's desire isn't there, it's not your job to, push that person to become a preacher, right? It's not your job to push that person to become the bodybuilder. Right. Miranda said, that's my problem. I want it so much for people. You can want it. You can want it for people. That's great, but you can't push it upon them. Your job is to make sure that they're in an environment that if they're an 80%er and they're around other people or around certain things or go through a certain situation, that they are in the environment that says, you know what, it's so welcoming that if they have the desire or make a decision to move up in some particular way in one of these categories, that they can do it. Because that's the thought process that's got to go in their head. The first thought that's got to go in their head is, I can do this. And they're in an environment that serves that. Okay. And part of what we learned, this past weekend is if your job as let's just say someone's coach or mentor or guider or whoever it is just to guide them in a way that they can get to peace with their shit. And as soon as they get over some of their fears and get over their shit themselves, they're going to feel more inspired, more motivated, and create a desire that they can actually do something that they want to do, not what you want to do for them. Okay. So this is why we're gonna take some time on this stuff, because this is not stuff that you can just cover and just pull out of your butt in an hour. So many of you have been working your butt off throughout this course, and again, we want to give you like all the praise for that. But understand that this is the real work. Building a community, building a culture, that's the real work, and this is where most people in network marketing, home business, mostly in network marketing, I would say, I'm going to use that as an example, are really messing up because they're trying to push everybody to be the top earner, to be the top producer, all that, and that's just not how it works. You really have to do most of your talking and most of your communicating with this 80% group, okay? So we want to lay this as the foundation and just kind of like set this up, because you've got to know about this stuff in order for what we're going to talk about later to really be important or to really make sense, okay? So we're going to move on. But again, number one in your homework is to take some time out and listen to that recording, and that will be in the back office under this module, okay? So here's the deal. Here's how you create everything that you want inside of your business. You got to find creative and new ways to continuously and excitingly find new ways to recognize people. Recognition is key. Recognition is your moneymaker. Recognition is truly the thing that's going to change your business, and and it'll change your life. It can really truly change your life. Okay, so we're going to be going over a lot of different ways to recognize. We're going to be setting up a foundation to help you start recognizing people and creating recognition throughout a culture and a community that you can build. Okay, just some disclaimers. You may already have a community. Okay, your team may already have a really, really solid community. If you go out and build your own community, that's fine. I wouldn't shun people away from different communities. Okay, so like for instance, the network marketing team that we're on, part of the reason that we joined was they already had a community, and they already were doing a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight. Did that discourage us from creating our own community? No. Now, we didn't do it straight out the gate. Okay, we're actually right in the midst of be doing a lot of the things that we're going to be teaching you tonight. However, at the end of the day, we'll still be plugging people into that original community, and then what happens is people can like really choose on which community that they're really drawn to more. Okay, as long as they're getting recognized somewhere, as long as they're getting the recognition that they need, that's the most important thing. Okay, so we're going to be going over just some quick points tonight, just to kind of give you some insight on how you can recognize people better. Okay, so understand that you're always sorting people, no matter what, from prospect from suspect to prospect, to joining your business, to someone that is an 80%er, to a 15, to a 5. Okay, we're always sorting people, and sorting can always change. It can change situationally. Desires change. You've probably seen that with certain prospects that you hit up. I know Angela hit me up today, and she said something about one of her prospects. After 6 months ago, something changed, right? Something changed. People's lives change all the time, and it'll shift them from being a suspect to a prospect to a new rep, from a 80%er to a 5. It says you have to be able to recognize that when you're talking to prospects and talking to teammates, because just because someone joined your team, that's not the finish line. That's the starting line. Just because someone bought from you in your affiliate deal or bought a coaching package from you, understand that that's just the starting line. That's not the finish line. Understand that it's about the system. Okay, you're always giving people homework. You're always giving people tasks to complete in order to move on to the next thing. So, if someone hits Wes or I up, or Wes or me up, grammar Nazi, let's just say that they want to get on the phone or something like that. Well, that's sometimes we guard our time on the phone like a hawk. However, we just want to make sure that someone has done what they're supposed to do before we, take certain personal time with them. Again, give people tasks, give people homework, because that's going to be your barometer on how or how or what you should do with a particular person on your team, okay, or a customer or whatever it is inside of your business, okay. Personal time, again, we're going to call this person number one, this person number two, and the bottom guy, we're going to call him number three. So understand that I'm going to diverge my personal time for the person that is in either 15 or 5. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm sending people back to team things and team calls, team things, more team stuff. That way they can get served there. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot that goes into this stuff. I mean, I definitely want to honor your time on this tonight. Okay, because it's really, really important. So there are some tools that you can go back and revisit. So there's another one. Lisa Grossman did a 7-Figure Friday with us not too long ago that I would definitely go back and listen to. 7-Figure Fridays are going to be in your back office, as well as if you go on Facebook and just type in 7-Figure Friday, or go to our YouTube channel and type in 7-Figure Friday, and you'll see those. Okay, Lisa Grossman did one that really touches on building a community and making sure that you're using your time wisely with the right people. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to touch on tonight that helps you build a better culture, helps you build more retention, and can really help you out in the long run is when you're selling whatever you're selling, your network marketing company, coaching, whatever, affiliate stuff, whatever it is, you have to recognize what you're selling to somebody. Okay. So here's 6 points. It's always community, leadership, support, training, products, or a comp plan, how to make some money. Okay. And we have to do a good job of when we're talking to someone or through our marketing, whatever it is, if we're talking to someone directly or if we're talking to someone indirectly, we have to make sure that we're focused on one of these selling points. Okay. So a lot of us, we try to sell one thing, and that's the thing that we're talking about with every prospect. And I think it was Tony Robbins said you have to customize your presentation for who you're talking to. So when I'm on the phone with someone, I want to make sure that I know which one's most important to them. Okay. And sometimes I just come out and straight up ask. I'll say, hey, which one's most important to you? How would you categorize these things for yourself? Would you put leadership at top, or you put it at the bottom? These are things that if someone puts, if someone's really focused on, training, and their emphasis is on training, then if my deal cost, let's just say it costs $500, well, I'm going to build the value around that. They're going to get $5,000 worth of training. Okay. So if support is the thing, and it's cost $500 to join, well, I'm going to build that it's worth, $5,000 of support. Okay. I want to make sure that whatever highest package I have, that it's what, and their focus is 10 times more than they would pay for that. Does that make sense? Pop a number 3 if that makes sense. Because, a lot of us, we're trying to sell the wrong thing to people. Okay. And if you want to keep someone in your community, I mean, this is where you can really push that button that needs to be pushed. If it's leadership, people will pay for the right leadership. So if it's $500 to start, at the end of the day, if they had apprehension on paying $500 for products, but they would pay $5,000 for the right leadership, and then that's where their head is, and they're saying, man, in their head, they're saying, man, I would pay any amount of money for the right leadership. Well, and then I tell them that it's $500 to join. In their mind, I price condition them to pay any price, and then it's much less than that $5,000 mark they have in their head. Okay, so I want to make sure that you've got this, and when you're having conversations and you're doing things in your marketing, and when you're really setting up your community, understand that These are things that can make a huge difference in the mind of your prospects, in the mind of the people that you're talking to. If you can find out that one thing that they want and the one thing that they truly desire, you'll have more people wearing this name tag of I'm new, because they have to get in. Okay, they would want to get in because they're looking for that one thing that they can purchase. Okay, so good so far. Everybody's still with me? Everybody's still good? Okay, so one thing that you want to do, okay, before you, and a lot of tonight is going to be foundational, guys. Before we give you a ton of action steps on a lot of stuff, this is going to be foundational. This is your community. This is going to be your baby. Okay, I mean, I've talked to leaders and leaders and leaders. I mean, when you go out and build a community, that's your baby. I know the other day, Wes, quick to fire somebody out of our community because it's when you cannot, community is so important. It's got to be the most important thing, period. And when you can treat it like your baby, no one person is worth the destruction of a community. And, one bad apple, one little, big negativity strike, and then, it can catch on. It can catch on like wildfire, like out in LA. So, no, that community is important. Make sure you are your ideal customer and rep. Okay, you need to be the person that is doing the things. We're not here to create marching orders. So you may have to look in the mirror, but are you the ideal customer? Or do you use your products? Are you taking the products? Or, do you practice what you preach? Do you go to events? Do you, invest in yourself? Do you read? Are you at the core your ideal rep or customer that you desire to have inside of your community? Again, recognition is free. Okay, it gets people doing more. Okay, most people, they don't get any recognition in the workplace. So at the end of the day, they love recognition. People love to get recognized for about anything. Okay, so if you want to create that walkaway income, where you leave for a week, or you just get sick, or whatever, or God forbid anything happen in your life that you don't want it to happen, or just want to take a break or whatever, this can be very important. Okay, so if you want more people doing things, if you want to lift their spirits, if you want to combat discouragement, if you want to make rejection worth it, that's big, right? How many of you would just love if everyone in your team or your future team had a completely different relationship with rejection? What if you had a completely different relationship with rejection, and you start to look at it like, man, all the rejection that you go through on a daily basis being an entrepreneur, period, is worth it. Okay, recognize everyone. 1 second.
Angela, are you really eating a burger?
Oh. So understand that recognize everybody. Recognize activity, and there's nothing that shouldn't go unrecognized. I try to reach out to people via text message and anything. Just tell people how worthy they are. Tell people how proud of you they are. They're not getting this stuff enough. So sometimes you have to be the one to do it. Okay. Does this make sense to everybody? Make sense? Yes, no? Let me know. Okay. Again, sometimes you may be at the place where you're doing this with your prospects. You may be in a place right now where most of the recognition just, goes towards, your prospects. So just understand that we need to recognize. So 3 most important things when it comes to retention is community, loyalty, and fun. Okay. So what we want to do is recognize that we have to create a community because people want to be a part of something. Everybody wants to be a part of something, right? So, meetup.com, we've talked about this before, but you guys may know Meetup now has 25 million users. Okay, 25 million people are looking to be a part of something. They're looking to find other people. They're looking to connect with other people. And we can literally do something similar to this with our community on Facebook. And you can even do it locally. It's pretty cool. So, understand, you go to meetup, go to meetups. I mean, part of your homework is to go to one meetup a week. Okay. So go to an event, go to something where you can meet people. It's part of your homework anyway, but your community that you build online should resemble some things that that meetup have. Okay. Because most people don't have a positive place to meet people. Most people, some people do go to meetups. Obviously, there's 25 million other people that are, that see the benefit in meetups. But you can go to church. You can go to personal development seminars like we just went to. You can go to certain events in your niche. Hell, if you're like Wes, you can even go to a bar if you want to meet some new people. So it's not like everyone's going to want to go to a bar. That's why I put a maybe on there. And I'm getting some head down, eye up looks. Okay. But you want to create a place where people feel welcome. You want to create a place where people can really feel like they're at home. Okay. So number 2 is loyalty. So there's a book by a guy named Jeb Blunt. It's called People Follow You. And he said the single most important thing to leadership or loyalty is understanding that you get paid for what your people do, not what you do. You need your people more than they need you. And this is very important to understand, because at the end of the day, guys, even if you do like affiliate stuff for coaching, you get paid for what those clients do, because those clients go out and they get a result, you get a testimonial, you market that, right? Helps you get more clients. At the end of the day, same thing that goes in network marketing or any type of home business or affiliate marketing or whatever. You've got to find a way to monetize and market and take advantage of what your people do. So if people aren't doing anything, then we have to find ways to get people to actually do something. Okay. So you must grasp this in order to take your business to the next level. Your people don't need you. You need them. Okay. People really have to understand when you're building this community that you're genuine, that you truly care, that we're in this thing together, and there are no bosses. There are no employees. Okay. There are no, managers or anything like that. Okay. We have to create this bond. Okay. There are no little guys. Okay. It's a unified front. Okay. This is an extremely common mistake that's made here. Okay. We have to lift everybody up and make sure that they're in an environment that they can win in. Okay. That bond has to be created and will only exist if your intentions are in the right place from the get-go. Okay. So you must put other people above you. All right. You have to. Okay. You will get all you want in life. Zig Ziglar said it. I saw even Angela posted this up today. I know she's gonna love this. I saw her post it up today. But you will get all you want in life if and only if you help enough other people get what they want. Okay. And once that bond is created, it's literally, you're going to create an army. Okay. So, once that bond is created, people don't want to leave. Your retention rates will skyrocket. People actually do more, and they share more, they invite more. They want to make the team proud. And, the confidence goes out the roof. It's easier to recruit when you're bringing people to a safe and fun place, and the belief levels goes out the roof. I mean, we met a guy this weekend that charges $50,000 a year, and he's a confidence coach. Okay, so people pay this guy $50,000, and he just helps them with their confidence. How confident do you got to be a confidence coach, and ask for 50 G's on the spot? Okay, so when that happens, the 3 beliefs, because these are the things that your people are going through right now. Some of you may be going through these beliefs yourself, but these are 3 beliefs that will move people to do something. Okay, so when you're having conversations with people, or when you're connecting with people in your community and you're teaching your leaders these things, understand that these are the 3 beliefs that move people. Okay, they either have a belief in the company or the industry, okay, or the product. So if someone's not moving, they probably either have some disbelief about the company, the industry as a whole or a particular product. Okay. A lot of times you have to make sure people believe in you. They believe in the leadership and the culture of the team and what it stands for. Okay. And they got to believe in themselves. Okay. So, if I'm on the phone with someone or if I'm connecting with someone, even if they're in the company, a lot of times this can be a big thing. Okay. Sometimes they have a disbelief in their rep. Sometimes they're making money and they still have some disbelief about one of these things. Okay. I mean, they could be making $5,000 a month, but a disbelief in themselves, or the leadership or the culture could be keeping them from making 10. So we always have to be going back to these three things and understanding where people are and what's going through someone's head so we can understand that. Okay. So these are the three things. So you've got to get into a common habit of always referring back to these three things. And a lot of times I'll just ask someone, hey, listen, what's your belief level about the industry, the company? Get it out of them. Then asking them, hey, what's your belief level around me? Do you believe in me? Do you believe in me pointing you in the right direction that I can actually help you do X, Y, and Z? Okay. Getting that out and clear is super, super important. And a lot of times, most people, they have the disbelief in themselves. Okay. And that's okay too. All right. So that's what happens a lot of times, but hey, it's all right. Okay. So number 3 is fun. All right. It's got to be fun. You got to keep your environment and your community just super upbeat, high tempo, like just always encouraging, always motivating. You don't always have to do this by yourselves either, guys. One of the things you can do is to recognize that as you recruit people, you're going through some stuff where we taught you how to close. We taught you how to generate leads. We taught you, you can go through Recruiting Series Pro. We literally laid everything out for you. Okay. Like we literally laid everything out for you, but understand that delegating responsibility in your community is going to be super important. I mean, there's stuff that I don't like to do. There's stuff that you don't like to do. You don't always have to go out and hire a VA or do it by yourself. You can delegate responsibility to other people in your community or on your team to do certain things that they would like to do. Okay. Understand that, there's like cake and crap. Okay. We don't want people doing crap things. There's things that I think are crap and like someone else thinks are cake. And they would love to do those things all day. They'd actually do them for free just because they think they're serving the community and their responsibilities up and their loyalties up. So does this make sense? Papa number 5, if this makes sense to you guys. You can start to actually recruit people and give them responsibilities inside of your community. Okay. So, there's, Wes and I were talking about, doing some more local stuff with our team here. So we were saying, okay, who could we work with locally that could help plan a local event once a month for our team? Okay. Now it's not, there's a piece of me that I don't like doing that. Okay. Would Wes be good at that and doing that? Right. But if that's not what she craves and what she wants to, just wake up in the morning to do, is it better for her to do it or give that responsibility to someone else, even if they're not like a top producer or, killing it? They don't have to be a top money producer, right? Candace said, the Master the Mind group. Wes and I don't run that group, right? But we've provided the opportunity and the environment to let, 3 or 4 other people run that group, and they do a great job of running that group. They've created a good little wholesome community there, and they love it. They absolutely love it. So, I mean, you can, if now we're about to go into the core stuff of like diving in and really creating the foundation. Okay. So, make sure that you get on this next module. See you in a second.